Hey guys, and welcome to the first tutorial in this new series. And in this series, we're going to be making a combat script. This has been requested for a lot of times, so yeah, finally it's coming. And well, let's get started. So, we're going to be making a pretty simple combat script. We're just going to be killing chickens, and we're going to be using range, just because I want to train range. So yeah, and that's why I'm going to be using range. But you can use any skill using this method. So don't worry about that. The first thing we want to do when we're making a new script is, first of all, get all the variables we're going to need. So we need to get all the values, such as, for example, the ID of the chicken and the ID of the feathers and that stuff. We're just going to be collecting feathers in the script, so I'm going to be needing the ID of the feathers, and that's pretty much it for now. For now, it's going to be pretty much it. So, I know the ID of the chicken is 1017, so we just create a private static final int chicken ID. It's going to be equal to 1017. Yep. And let's take a look at our animation. Well, actually, we don't have the everyone's taking the feathers, so let's see if we can find some feathers somewhere. This could be pretty tough. Let's get a different world. We're gonna also need a private static final int feathers. Actually, that might be a better name. And that's it. We're also going to be needing afterwards the arrow ID, so we can collect arrows. Whoops. Not that. What did that say? Got no idea what that said, but I just clicked no. So, yeah. Don't know. Let's kill that one. It's going to take some time. So, meanwhile, let's be making the loop so we can save some time. In the loop, we want to check, first of all, we want to attack a chicken if we are not in combat, and we just want to do nothing if we are in combat, and that's it for the moment. So if get my player is in combat, else. So if my player is in combat, we're gonna put nothing there for the moment. We're gonna be healing, so we're gonna be eating food. Well, I don't know if food is needed in chickens, but we'll see. Just to show you how eating food goes. And if my player is not in combat, we're gonna be doing attack chicken. And this is not going to be our whole loop. Just for the moment, we're going to be leaving it like that. Afterwards, we'll be putting another check here that it will say if feathers are in the ground, basically. We'll pick off the feathers, and if there are no feathers in the ground, then we'll attack chickens. And that's how it's going to go. For the moment, let's take a look at the feather ID. Super large egg. Didn't know that existed. Where? Where are the feathers, man? Maybe they don't drop feathers anymore. Seriously. So many people. Why are so many people botting feathers? I can't even kill a single chicken. Okay, there we go. Now let's take a look at this. And I won't lose it. I won't miss it this time. Combat 3. Feather. There we go. Let's drop it. 314. Okay. And the same in the inventory, so pretty much the same thing. Okay, we got the feather ID and the chicken ID. And that's, for the moment, except the arrow ID, the only thing we're going to be needing. Now let's get into the method for attacking chickens. So we create a method. It's going to be a void method. And basically it's going to say, we know already that our player is not in combat, because we're only executing this method if our player is not in combat, as we see from the loop. So we're going to create an RS NPC, which is going to be chicken. And it's going to be NPCs. Get nearest free NPC. At least that method existed a while ago. Okay, get nearest chicken ID. Import the wrappers. Always import wrappers. You don't want to import the others. And we have a method called isInCombat, which also applies for NPCs. So we can check if our chicken is in combat or not. And we only want to attack chickens that are not in combat, because you know that only chickens that are not in combat already can be attacked by you. So what we're going to do, if chicken is in combat, actually if our chicken is not in combat, then we chicken do action, and our action is attack, I believe. Attack, yeah. So basically, let me explain this again. We create an chicken RS NPC which holds any non-player character, and that's the nearest chicken with this ID, which is 1017. And if our chicken is not in combat, then we're gonna use the attack command on it. What if it is in combat? Well, if it is in combat, we'll end this method, we'll return the value in the loop, we'll run it again, we'll find that we're not in combat, so we'll actually run this method again. So this is pretty much going to be executed over and over again until we find a chicken we can attack. So that's how attacking a chicken goes. And here we are going to put a small sleeping time so we don't mass click the chicken attack. So let's wait for like, well, we don't have random there. 650 to 800. That sounds like a reasonable amount. We don't want to put too much time there, because maybe the chicken will be attacked whilst we're attacking it. We click on it, and then the chicken is attacked whilst we move there. I don't know if you understand me, but basically, if the chicken is attacked while you move to it, then you will not attack it, and will still wait this time. So we don't want to put too much time there, so our script is not too slow. And that's pretty much everything there is to attacking the chicken. We now need the method to eat the food, although chicken, I don't know if chickens even do any damage, so maybe one every 10 years. But it will still make the method for eating food. And this method is going to be private void eat. And we're just going to be using, I guess, shrimps or something like that. So we're going to be needing the shrimps ID. Private static final int shrimps ID. I don't have it, so yeah, just bear with that. And what we're gonna do is, if get my player, get HP percent. So this returns the health points percentage. So for example, now we would have 100%. Is less than, let's say, 50. Then then we're going to be eating the food. And the way we do that is we get inventory, and we get, where's get item, and then we put the shrimp ID, and we say do click. I think this is true there. Okay, so the eat method basically checks for if our HP is less than 50, and if it is, we are going to get the item with this ID, which is shrimp ID, and then we're going to click it. And true stands for left click, and false for right click, I believe. And actually, let me fix that. Sorry, that's my bad. I just had a better idea now. Our eat method is not going to have the check. We're actually going to do the check outside the eat method. So if get my player, get HP percent is less than 50, then we eat. Yeah, that's better. So in the loop, every time we run through the loop, we're going to check that our HP percent is not less than 50, and if it is, we're going to eat. And basically the eat method only gets the shrimp ID and clicks it. And we're also going to add a waiting time. So sleep for, let's say, 850 to 1200. If not, it will click many times the shrimp, and we don't want that. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. Let's change the return value to something more reasonable, so 250 to 350. Yep, sounds okay. And that's pretty much everything there is into what's actually attacking the chickens and eating shrimps. But of course, this script doesn't check for if you have a weapon or anything like that. It doesn't have the paint, so it doesn't have anything except the basic attacking the chicken and eating the food, which is basically the whole script is relying upon that you attack the chickens correctly and that you eat correctly. And now we're just going to be picking up feathers in the next video, and yeah, probably just picking up feathers and arrows, and that's it. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Hope you learned something, and I hope you subscribe as well. So see you then.